Hey y'all, what's up? It's Raina. Welcome back to my channel. This video will be the 9 ways you can level up in your 20s. Whether you're in your teens and you're about to enter your 20s, or even if you're past your 20s, these tips are extremely useful for any part of your life. If you're new to my channel, this video is a part of my Level Up series. It's called Level Up Lazies. And what that series is me teaching you how to level up, glow up. We're doing it together, me and you. We're trying to better our lives and become the woman of our dreams together. If that sounds good to you, please subscribe to my channel so you don't miss any future uploads. I think a lot of times whenever people think of leveling up and glowing up, they think of money, glamour, making a lot of money by yourself, finding a really rich man to fund your lifestyle, having these cars, these clothes, all of that good stuff, fame. And I think that that's really cool. And if that is what you're striving for, I think that's amazing. Like, do you get that? Like, I think that's a great way to level up. But there is a lot more than just physical, tangible things to level up. You have mental health, emotional health, self-help that will really bring you further in life than just physical things. And I really think that there's a middle ground where you can take both ideas and meet in the middle to where it's effective for you and what your goals are in life. The first thing that we're going to touch on is it's super important to cut off toxic people. Now, I know that we all struggle with attachment issues. A lot of us have a very different idea of attachment, and a lot of us struggle to let go of people we really love and we are very used to. But when you have toxic people around you, whether it's your boyfriend, girlfriend, family members, it can be really hard for you to grow as a person. But sometimes they can just really hold you back from your dreams, and you can actually enable them the longer that you don't set boundaries. And I think it's really important to cut them off because you need to put your needs first. The more you hang around toxic people, the more you'll act like them and become like them. These people can turn into the types of people who tell you you can't achieve what you've always wanted to achieve in life, that you're not good enough for them, that you need to change a part of yourself to be lovable, and that's just simply not true, and you don't deserve that kind of energy in your life. And the longer that you keep it, the harder it is to get out of a connection like that. The longer you're with somebody, the harder it is to get out. It's easier to get out of something in the beginning of things rather than the end of things. So always set your boundaries as soon as you can. Whenever you make new connections, set boundaries in old connections as well. And if they don't respect your boundaries, then they just don't deserve to be in your life. Learn how to be financially independent and abundant. So it doesn't even matter if you want to meet a man who can take care of you and fund your lifestyle. Like, if that's what you want, that's great, go get it, girl. But you should always have your own thing that you do. You don't want to just rely on somebody 100%, because when you're dependent on somebody, it can be really unstable. So what I do is I have been investing in acorns. I invest $15 a month in my regular account and $5 in my later account, and your later account is basically like a retirement account, and it's just an app where it takes your money out of your account automatically every single month. You can also have a roundup feature to where it takes percentages out whenever you pay for things, like whenever you make transactions. So acorns is something that I 100% suggest, and if you want to make an acorns account, I will have a link in my description to where like you can get $5 whenever you sign up for it. That's free money. And then I also have a Roth IRA, which I invest in every single month, and then I also invest in index funds. Now, this isn't a financial channel. I'm just really into finances and being financially literate. So these are some things that you can definitely implement into your routine. The next thing that you should do is detox your social media. I see people talking all the time about how toxic social media is and how it's not good for you. And I just personally think that you're just following the wrong people. You want to follow people that you actually want to see and people that you actually admire. Because if you're just following anybody and people who are constantly complaining or people who make you feel negative emotions, then you're just not doing a justice for yourself. You want to follow people that inspire you. Follow self-help pages if you want to see that. follow decor if you need ideas. Follow people who inspire you and people who are at a point in their life that you want to be in, because it will push you to do better. Don't follow people just for the sake of following them. Be very careful of what you allow on your social media space. I personally think that social media is a tool, and you could use that tool in any way that you want to use it. If you want to follow negativity and you're following people and you're constantly arguing with them on their opinion, you keep clicking things that you know that will get you upset, the algorithm sees that. It doesn't matter what social media platform, the algorithm sees what you're interacting with. So what is an algorithm gonna do? It's gonna give you more of what you're clicking on. So you wanna make sure you're clicking on things that are actually bettering yourself, so you're filtering out things that aren't good for you at all. The next thing you want to do is have a really good skincare routine. Use sunscreen every single day. You want to use sunscreen on your face, on your neck, the back of your neck, and on your chest. You will literally thank yourself when you get older. The good thing about sunscreen is it prevents wrinkles and a lot of sun damage. And I always say this, you need to start an anti-aging routine as soon as you can, even before you have wrinkles. When you start an anti-aging routine after you have wrinkles, it's not effective. It won't do anything. The only thing that can help at that point will be Botox, but even then, it can't even help that much. You need to start before you have it so you can prevent it from getting really bad. I suggest sunscreen. I like the Neutrogena Ultra Sheer sunscreen. It blends really well with my skin. It doesn't leave a white cast, and it's extremely seamless. That will be in the description down below. And I suggest using retinol. Now, retinol is something that you can use every single day, and both of these items will help your skin tremendously. Save money to travel. That is what I'm doing right now. Like, I have so many places that I want to go to and so many places I want to travel to, and I think it's so important to do these kind of things before you have an anchor in your life, whether it's getting married or having kids. It's really hard to travel when you have kids. So whether you want kids or whether you don't want kids, if you want kids, you need to start thinking of the things that you want to do by yourself, because this is your time to be selfish. Once you have kids, their needs come first. It's really hard to do things for yourself. I have made a bucket list of all the cities and countries that I want to travel to, and I think that that's something that you should definitely do after this video. Write down all of the cities you want to go to, all the places you want to see, or even all the things that you want to do in your 20s, whether you want to go skydiving, anything that you want to do that's super cool. Make sure you write that down, put it in your bucket list, and achieve that before you're 30. Get therapy. Therapy is probably the most important thing that you can do in your life, especially if you're somebody who seems to be attracting the same types of toxic friends, the same types of toxic boyfriends. You need to look at what the common denominator is, which is yourself. You're the person who keeps putting yourself in these positions. Ask yourself why. And a lot of times it's linked to childhood trauma, relationship trauma that you have never resolved. So it's super important to get therapy so you can resolve these things and find healthy people to be around and to become just a healthy person mentally and emotionally. A lot of times we can even tend to look for our parents and partners subconsciously. You can look for your father. You can have abandonment issues and kind of attract people who constantly ghost you or people who constantly make you feel alone. So it's really important to unpack that while you're in your 20s before you get married, before you get in your next serious relationship, because you don't want to bring your trauma. And of course, everybody's gonna have some type of underlying issue. Nobody can be perfect. You're always gonna have negative traits, but why enable yourself, you know? Like, you always wanna be better for yourself. And my biggest advice whenever people ask about dating is, would you wanna date yourself? And that is the answer to all of your questions. If you wouldn't even wanna date yourself, there is a lot that you need to work on, and your 20s is the best time to work on all of those traits. It's super important to allow yourself to change. You're gonna change so much in your 20s. I'm only 23, and even thinking of who I was when I was 20 is so different from right now. Like the things that I did, the things that I allowed, it's extremely different. So I can't even imagine when I'm in my late 20s how I will be. So I think it's super important to realize that you're gonna change a lot. The type of person you are, your characteristics, what you like, what you don't like, your boundaries, even what you want to do in life. Like what I wanted to do when I was 20 years old is completely different from now, and it's only been 3 years. So it's okay to change. It's okay to change your mind, to change what you want. It's okay to move away from home. It's okay to change your career. Just accept yourself as you are, accept your mistakes, and accept that things will not stay the same forever, and that is a good thing. Sometimes your life has to be turned upside down on its head for you to end up where you actually need to be. Something that I have definitely realized last year and this year is that motivation will not bring you success. The only thing that will bring you success is consistency. Think of motivation as a surge of energy. It's when you feel really high, you're ready to go to the gym, you're ready to tackle all of your goals for the day, and then you go to sleep, and then the next day you're tired and you don't do anything. That's basically what motivation is. Consistency is being disciplined, having self-control, knowing when you have to do something and what time frame, and accomplishing it. That's what gives you success. Doing little things every single day takes you a long way. Instead of doing something for your goals once a month, if you can do something every single day, you're a lot closer than somebody who does something once a month. Don't bank on motivation to bring you to success. Bank on consistency. Start developing self-discipline. Do things for yourself that will force you to be consistent. What I like doing is I have a planner that I use every single day. I look at it every single day. I write in it once a month. I basically set monthly goals for myself according to my yearly goals. So everyone has yearly goals. Some people are like, okay, I want to lose 30 pounds this year. Okay, if you want to lose 30 pounds this year, how many pounds do you need to lose every single month? Write that down on your planner. Make that a goal for the month. Instead of saying you have a yearly goal, chop it down to 1 month, and chop that month down to 1 week, and chop the week down to 1 day. And that is basically how I go through my life. That's how I accomplish all of these goals that I accomplish. It's because I have set in stone things that I need to do, and I'm very disciplined in the time frame that I accomplish it in. So I'm going to link my planner that I use in my description box. I just love how detailed it is. On the side, you can write down your monthly goals, and then when you flip the pages, you can write down your to-do list for every single day. And I think that that's super helpful. The last thing that you want to do is be unapologetically you. I know it can be really hard to be yourself when you're in your early 20s or your teens. You feel like you have to constantly prove to other people that you're valuable, but you don't have to do that. You literally have to live with yourself for the rest of your life until you're born, until you die. You're the only person that you have to live with for the rest of your life. So it's time to get used to yourself. It's time to love yourself, and it's time to flaunt your best traits and characteristics, because just because one person doesn't like it doesn't mean nobody will like it. You just haven't found your flock, and once you do, it'll be so much easier to finally be yourself. It does take a long time to be comfortable in your own skin. I know it took me until the end of college to really love myself and to gain the confidence that I always wish I had, but it's definitely a journey that's worth it. And it's not a linear journey either. Sometimes you will have bumps in the road where you're more insecure than others, but that's okay. You have to learn yourself again. You have to learn to love yourself in different ways, and I think that's the beauty of life, learning yourself over and over again, which is such a beautiful thing to endure. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, please give me a big thumbs up. Give me suggestions in the comments of other video ideas you want to see, and I'll see you in my next one. Bye!